If we don't have any scenarios, then there are few things that I wanted to show you today, which will be handy. So it's up to you guys. So if you have any questions, I will continue with DAG. Yeah.
If we need to perform any like a database refreshments, the thing yesterday follow would be right, the same, right? Is there any?
Database refresh.
Yeah.
Database refresh, you have to remove it from always on. Even with the traditional always on, we have to remove the database from always on, right, to carry out any refresh activity. So it
Yes.
remains the same. So you have to remove it first. You have to remove the database from global forwarder side. So once we are done, so we have to remove that on the global primary. I think yesterday I was showing you something. Remove remove database from distributed AIG. So only two steps. So run this command on global primary, sorry, global forwarder, and then connect your global primary and run this command. Only two steps. So it will remove your databases from DAG, and now it will be online on primary, and rest of the replicas it will be in restoring state. So you can perform your refresh, and once done, you can add it back.
Vamsi, yesterday you said that you will show database health options and suspend options, right? Suspend.
Health options, actually I was going through health options yesterday, but let me show you that. Database.
And then one suspend scenario, you said that, right?
Yeah, I have them.
So,
Yeah, I have them. That is not related to DAG, but we can place. I can show you even with traditional always on. So what I understood from database corruption, sorry, database health detection is it will automatically fail over only if these errors get popped up. So one is 605 page corruption or database checkpoint failure or disk corruption failure, something like this. If this happens, then only it will automatically fail over. For other cases, it won't. So I'm just trying to create these scenarios, at least one among these scenarios, so that I can show you the automatic failure if something goes wrong. So I'm still, I need to work on this to create those errors. What I can check, I thought initially 9002. So yesterday night I was trying to create that 9002 error, and I got that error, but it didn't fail over. But when I cross checked, it's not 902, which is not log file full. It is 9004, means log corruption. So I have to corrupt the log file for this to happen. That is one scenario, and I think I can work on this disk space issues in the file group, not inside the file, in the file group. So I will try to create the scenarios on database health detection. I don't have handy at the moment, but I have to recreate them to show you. Wrong file ID request or missing file ID request. I have to work on this. And I told you that I will show you something related to what is that, multi-subnet, where multi-subnet failover true. Even if they are using, you will get some errors, timeouts, right? So that is one thing. So we don't have multi-subnet setup now. We have only DAG. So I have to create that, or else I can break this DAG and we can create one multi-subnet straight away. That is also possible. So I have few things lined up, but today, if you have any questions on DAG, I will continue on them. Otherwise, I will show you something useful for you guys.
Vamsi, is it, sorry for talking in Telugu. నిన్న అవైలబిలిటీ గ్రూప్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంది కదా, డేటాబేస్ హెల్త్ సంథింగ్.
Yeah.
అవైలబిలిటీ గ్రూప్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు అది చెప్తున్నారు కదా.
That's what
ఇది
I'm.
సేమా?
Yes, same thing. Database health detection. So if you see here, I just created one DB. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. Of course, don't check the names. That's for funny namesake. So I have one database here on my primary replica. So I have created the corruption, but still it didn't get failure because the corruption what I created is not related to any of these messages, any of these event IDs. It is 824. My corruption error is 824, but for the failover to happen automatically, it should be 823. I will tell you what will happen first. So if I enable this option, database health detection. It is there from, okay, this is secondary. How to connect to my primary. So this is my primary. So if I go here, that database health detection option, if I enable this, in case if something happens to any one of the databases, like whatever the event ID is what we are seeing on the screen. So if something happens, then the failover will happen automatically. Only these events, not any other events, only these event IDs. Rest of the event IDs it will ignore and the failure will not happen. So that's what I'm saying. Yesterday, I filled up the log file and I got 9002 error, but it didn't get failed over automatically because it is not listed in these events. So it has to be one among these events for the automatic failover to happen, provided if you have enabled this checkbox. Okay, so if you see here, I will show you one thing. I think I am on DAG SQL 2. I just created one table, and if I am trying to access the table, I will get some error. What is a select star from random data, I think. Okay, now I got the corruption. See, this is, let me increase the size. Usually you will get these errors in real time, right? I mean, some corruption happened, something. So I got the corruption, but that corruption error number is 824. So if I go to my MSDB, usually if something happens with respect to corruption, guys, so you will get those errors will get logged into your MSDB suspect pages. So I have one record even inside my MSDB suspect pages. So if you see my page ID 380 inside the database 5, database ID 5 means this database. Inside the MDF, I have one suspect page, means corruption happened with that page, but still the automatic failover didn't happen to node 1. Here node 2 is primary and node 1 is secondary, and the automatic failover didn't happen despite of me enabling the database health detection option. So why it didn't happen? Why? Because the error number what I got in this case is 824. It's not 823. So if I have to show you those errors, I have to recreate the scenarios in such a way that I need to get these error numbers. Otherwise, I cannot show you. Got my point?
Yes,
Got it.
Yeah. So I have to create scenarios so that I can generate these event IDs. So I'm trying that. So once I create them, I will show you how database health detection works and how it gets failed or automatically. I think we can give a try with this corruption or something, but I need to work on it properly. I have other scenarios, but it is not working. Any questions with DAG, guys? If not, I will drop the DAG and I will move on with the further topics. Okay, so no question. So I'm feeling that you, yeah.
I said you can go.
Okay, fine. So
Can you share this link, like the link?
this one, okay, yeah. I just typed database health detection, so I found this article useful. Of course, this is the same thing in Microsoft Docs as well. So I have to recreate these event IDs. Okay.
I posted one question under that article, see, but it is not there now.
Oh, okay. I
I
didn't
raised
check
one
it.
question, yeah, but I think it's not there. Just now I checked it.
Okay, it's 0.
It's not there.
Only I got this error in real time. In my case, my file group got full. I got this 1104 or 1105. What is that message? Number 1105. Yeah, 1105. I got this message when I was in Germany. So I got this error and it automatically got failed over to another replica. It happened for me. So there, that is a kind of unexpected failover, right? So the clients were asking me why it happened. Later we realized that we enabled that option and told them that was the root cause for the failure. I will say, if you have whether to enable this or not, it depends upon your situation, guys. Frankly speaking, I didn't find any issues by enabling them. But if you have any scenarios, say for example, we have 2 or 3 replicas, node 1, node 2, node 3. And in node 1, you have few databases acting as primary, and your node 2, even though it is secondary, you want to make use of for another availability groups. So you have created some other databases on node 2 and make them as primary on node 2. So node 1 will be secondary for those databases. In such cases, I will not recommend to enable this option, because if it gets failed over automatically due to these reasons, so both of your availability groups will be running on one server. So it will be problematic with your resources, maybe CPU, memory, or IO, whatever it is. So in such cases, I won't recommend. But in other cases, I think it's good to use. There is no harm in enabling it. Do you have any other scenarios, like maybe it's not good to go ahead apart from the scenario what I discussed? Any other cases, Arvind, that you came across?
No, for 823 and 824, 829, ideally it should repair the page, right? It should not fail over. So during
No,
that
it
time, I post.
is. It clearly says I got. See, if you see here, I got the 824, but it's not doing anything.
Correct. Ideally, it should repair the page automatically, right? Instead of failing over. So during that time, I was not sure whether it will fail over or it will attempt to
Repair it. Yeah.
repair the page.
Yeah.
So I posted the question, but that question is not there now.
Okay, but we got the error, but now my failover didn't happen, and in fact, even the repair is not happening. So we have the corruption in place on one of the pages, but still nothing is happening. See, I'm still getting that 824 error when I'm trying to access that record. So I think even I will give you the best on this topic. I am pretty sure, because I did a lot of practicals on this topic, but I need some time because I need to work again. It's been many days, so many years. So I have to work on that. Okay, so I'm going ahead with useful topic, guys. So I'm closing off the DAG. If you have any questions, you can ping me and I will work on those scenarios. I know I told you that I will work on this. I saved that file also. What is that?
Vamsi, sorry to disturb you. Yesterday I
Yeah,
missed the last session.
Hmm.
Is it failback and failure is done on DAG?
Yes. At the last very
Okay, I'll
moment.
refer that video.
Yeah. So these are the
Because
questions what I
last
got.
minute,
Okay. You got disconnected at the last moment. Okay.
failure
Yeah.
and failback is over, right? For DAG.
Yes.
Because you will remove the DAG setup, right?
Yes. It's done.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I got this question, and what happens? I mean, someone was asking me what suspend really does and corruption. So I know I'm pending on these things. So let's move forward with some useful topic today. I can go ahead with failover clusters, not always on availability groups. I can go ahead with failover clusters, but before going to failover clusters, I thought of showing you something which will be handy. So I will do that, and then tomorrow I will proceed with failover cluster. Is that okay? I mean, the topic what I'm going to show you is very handy.
Okay.
It's useful in real time. So that's why I thought of showing you. I thought of taking this on YouTube, but better I quit that decision, and I think I have my notes here. Okay. So how many of you are good with encryption? Like the encryption, different encryptions, what we have on SQL, and how if you add the database to always on, what will happen and how to deal with those errors. So that's what I'm trying to show you today. So it is handy, especially for the ones who are not familiar with encryption. So do you want me to explain what is encryption from the scratch, or is it okay? Can I go ahead with adding the databases and showing you how to deal with encryption errors? I'll just give you some basic intro about encryption. So, and then I will show you these examples. It will be super interesting class. I'm telling you that. Okay, let me show you SQL Server encryption, because usually in real time, if we add the databases to encryption, if you add the database, if we add the encrypted databases to always on, we need to be aware of few things. So that's what I am trying to show you today. So this is the Microsoft doc, what I'm opening, and I'm just opening the encryption hierarchy. So this image is good enough to explain the encryption. So at the top level, at the highest level, okay, at the top level, I have database master key inside master database. And at the top, very top level, I have SMK. Okay, I will take some other, take this otherwise. TD, no, not this one. I need better encryption technique. Better, I'll search for encryption hierarchy images. Yeah. So this is how it looks, guys. So at the top level, I have operating system, right? So, and beneath the operating system, I have my SQL Server instance, and inside my SQL Server instance, I have something called as service master key. I'm repeating. At the top level, I have operating system, okay, and at the bottom beneath the operating system, I have SQL Server 2008, whatever the version it is. I have SQL Server instance with me, and inside my SQL Server instance, I have my service master key. This service master key, usually it will be there within my master database. I'm repeating, SMK, service master key. SMK stands for service master key. It will be within the master database, and there will be only one SMK, guys. I cannot create multiple SMKs, first thing first, and it will get created automatically. Okay, so I will show you now. First, I will show you something related to encryption, and then I will show you the examples right away so that it will be easy for you. So these are my instances. I didn't touch anything with respect to encryption whatsoever. I just installed my SQL instances, and yesterday we carried out the DAG stuff. So we don't have anything here. So I'm just showing you. If I go here, I'm inside the master database. So if I select star from what is that, sys.symmetry keys, or yeah. So this is what I'm talking about. Inside my master database, automatically, if I install the SQL Server, there will be one service master key, and I cannot create multiple service master key. And if you see the date here, it is just showing me the date when I installed my mission. So it is showing me 2022-06-15-1945. So it will get created automatically. You need not do anything with respect to service master key. Got it? Any questions? What is SMK? So SMK is present in, it said symmetric key. First of all, it's a symmetric key. What is symmetric and asymmetric? I think Arvind was, I think in our chats, he came up with some jokes. Like someone was asking me in Telugu, he said only the decrypted person can understand this, right, Arvind?
Yeah, Vamsi, yes.
Yeah, so I have two keys with me, guys. So one is called as symmetric and asymmetric. I will talk about symmetric and asymmetric later. But first, I am telling you what are the keys that are available by default in SQL Server, and then I will come up with symmetric and asymmetric keys. So I will just explain you in very simple terms. Symmetric key, I will have, again, if I go to symmetric, I have to explain you about encryption and decryption. Encryption means you are encrypting the data with, because you have the sensitive information, and you are encrypting your data with some other, with different technologies. So I have different algorithms. I can encrypt my data with different keys. So if you have only one key at both the ends, means the one who is carrying out the encryption and one who is decrypting the data, if both are using this one key, it is symmetric. If that is not the case, then it is asymmetric. In simple terms, of course, this is not the right example, but I am just giving you in simple terms. If I am using two different keys to encrypt and decrypt the data, usually it is asymmetric. If you are just using one key, it is symmetric. Okay, so at the top level inside my SQL Server, if you just install the SQL instance, I'm not saying I'm not doing anything. If you just install your SQL instance, just like me, by default, you will get service master key inside your master database. So this is like parent for all the keys. This service master key is a parent for all the keys, what you create inside your databases. Okay, so it's like my parent for all the keys. So now what are the other keys what I have for databases? So if I come down beneath this service master key, I have my database keys, database master keys. So this database master key, I'm sorry, can be created inside my user databases, and this DMK will be encrypted by service master key internally. Okay, at the top level, again, this service master key will be encrypted by my operating system. I have two things to show you with this SMK, but I will explain you about those two things later. But our database keys, user database keys, whatever what we create, it will be encrypted by service master key. Did you get this point or not? Very simple. I'm not going internally. I'm just showing you. There will be service master key that comes naturally when you perform the installation of SQL Server. Got that point or not? It's very difficult topic to explain, so that's why I will show you with examples, and I will slowly make you digest. It will take some time for me to explain properly, but definitely you will understand many things today. I'm promising you that. The first line, as I said, SMK is like top level. It's at the highest level. This SMK, service master key. Service master key would get created automatically, and this service master key will encrypt all the other keys, all other keys or certificates or whatever it is. So all other things will be encrypted by my service master key. Any questions here?
So these all are keys are when we required encryption, we can create it keys, right?
Yes, I will see. I will tell you with proper example now. So I have different levels of encryption, right? So what are the encryption things what I have in SQL Server? First of all, before Microsoft came up with TDE, I think TDE came up in 2008, if I'm not wrong. So before 2008, what is the encryption technique what I have in SQL? I have only one encryption that is called as column level encryption, right or wrong? Okay, I'm just letting you know. So I have only one encryption before 2008, that is just column level encryption. And so, for example, columns containing sensitive information, maybe passwords or SSNs or birth dates, whatever it is. So I need to encrypt my sensitive information for only one column. I'm repeating, only one column. So that is column level encryption, what we used to have before 2008. From 2008, Microsoft has come up with TDE, which is called as transparent database encryption. So that encrypts your entire database. It's not column level. It's that, as the name says, transparent database encryption. It's not column level. It's for the entire database. Okay, that is there. TDE encrypts your data at rest. Means when you try to, if someone got your MDF and LDF files, and they can, if they want, they can attach those files, right? So if you enable TDE on your databases, they cannot attach it unless you have proper information with it. So that is TDE, data at rest. TDE, I can say, encryption technique, which is useful to encrypt the data at rest, not in transit. Data at rest means I can encrypt my database files and log files. Okay, so that is TDE. And in 2016, again, I'm repeating, in 2016, till 2016, inbuilt technology is not there from SQL. I have other technologies, but if you want to encrypt the data in motion, means the data will transfer from application server to our database server, right? That whenever they are pointing to our database server from application servers, data will move along the network. And if it has any sensitive information, the hackers can steal that automatically. And if you want that, I mean, Microsoft from 2016 has introduced a technology called as always encrypted, means encryption in motion. When the data is transferring from app servers to DB servers, and if you want to encrypt the data in motion, that is transparent database, sorry, that is always encrypted. That is there from 2016. So these are the three different encryption techniques what we have. I'm just giving you a vague examples, but still I can say I have only three encryption techniques for the moment. One is column level encryption, which is there I think from 2000 or 2005, I don't know. So before until 2008, I don't have data encryption for REST, which is TDE. So Microsoft has introduced TDE from 2008. And if you want the data in motion to be encrypted, I have always encrypted from 2016. So these are three different encryption technologies what we have for SQL. Of course, I do know we have SSL certificates. We need to enable them at the configuration manager level to secure your data, and we have hardware key modules, HKMs, sorry, EKMs. There are many other things. I am not going to deep dive onto that level. But I'm going to show you the things that are very important for you as a DBA when you are dealing with encryption databases. Any questions here? In short, I can say only three things. One is column level encryption. Column level encryption. Sorry, forget about the spellings. Okay, column level. And then TDE means data at rest. And then always encrypted means TDE. Data in motion. Any questions with these 3 points? All good?
Yes.
Data at rest and column level encryption, which is there from SQL, I think from maybe 7.0 or 8.0, I don't know. It is there from earlier versions of SQL. So now let's see a very simple example and let me know how will you deal with this kind of information. Okay, with this kind of scenarios in your environments. Okay. 1 second, guys. So I have one table here. Okay, so it contains column 1, which is identity column, customer ID and customer password. Obviously, customer password, it should not be exposed. It contains sensitive information. So I have to encrypt this data. So let me show you this example and I will explain you how it works. Okay, so I am on primary replica. Okay, so my database is already part of always on, and now a developer is creating this table and he has some sensitive information from his end. We are not doing anything. I am now acting as developer. So I just created this table. Okay. And I have this information with me and I'm just creating that information. I'm just inserting, not creating. I'm just inserting these values. Okay. I have 3 rows with me. So if I fire select start from table 1, so I have 1, 2, 3 because it is identity column. So I got it automatically and I have customer ID and customer password. And I cannot expose my customer passwords if someone just fires select star from table name, right? So it contains sensitive information. I have to encrypt this. So if I am encrypting this, what is the encryption, what I'm going to create here, whether it is TDE or column encryption or always encrypted?
Column.
Obviously, it is column encryption. So I have to encrypt this data. 1 second, guys. I will close off my office laptop. Let's keep this aside. So this is the column level encryption. I have to encrypt my data. So to encrypt my data, what should I do? Right? So now he comes to you and I'm not saying sometimes they will only create the encryption things, but if he comes to you, you have to perform these steps, or else if he has permission and if he's doing, he will do these things. So I will show you what he will carry out. Okay, to encrypt this sensitive information, whatever what I have inside my columns. So first I have to create a master key. So this master key is nothing but database master key. This is database master key because you are creating inside a database. Okay, so now let me go back to the picture. So till now we are aware of only SMK, right? We know about SMK. We don't know about database master key. So now for the very first time, we are going to create a database master key. Okay, so and the creation of the database master key, the command for the creation is create master key encryption by password, some password. Okay, so once you create the master key, this master key will be encrypted by SMK automatically. I will show you now. So let me open up few important queries. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Mohammed, it's not required. Mohammed, okay. Change assistance. Okay. Fine. So I will run this command. It is very, very important, guys. It will be very useful for you. There is one column inside sys.databases. With that, we can see if there are any databases that are encrypted by service master key. If you see now, do I have any databases? No, right? Nothing. And this is my information. So now I need to encrypt my data. Sorry, this column, customer password. So for that, now I need to create a database master key. So this database master key, usually I think it will be done by us, I believe so. And if you have given some extra level privileges, maybe some sysadmin or some other stuff, they can also create database master key. So they are going to create these 3 statements. I will explain you what these 3 statements are. 1 second. So let me copy. So first I have to create database master key. So this is nothing but creation of database master key. Okay, create master key encryption by password. I am creating inside user database. It's not, I'm not going to create inside master database. It is user database because my sensitive information is present inside my user database. So I have to run this inside my user database. Okay, and then I am creating a certificate. Do you have any certificates till now inside my user database? To find out that, we just need to run select star from sys.certificates. I don't have any certificates, nothing. I'm just creating for the very first time. So empty. In the similar fashion, I don't have any symmetric keys. Nothing is there. Symmetric keys. Nothing, right? If I run this statement inside master database, by default, you will have some certificates. It comes naturally when you install the SQL Server. So I'll just show you the things that comes automatically. So these are my certificates and this is my symmetric key. So I have only one symmetric key, that is service master key. And I have these many certificates associated with it, like many things. One is for replication, some agent, some policy, blah, blah, blah. So we are not worried about this. I'm just showing you that by default, you will get certificates only inside master database and we will get symmetric keys only inside master database. Okay, so this is my user database. I don't have any keys and I don't have any certificates as well. Okay, so I don't have any databases that are being encrypted by my SM case. Okay, now I am running this statement, create master key encryption by password. This is called as database master key. It is DMK. I'm creating this straight away. Once you create this, and if you run this command, now see, I got my database name. It is showing this database, whatever it is showing up, is now encrypted by service master key. So will you agree now? This diagram, database master key will be encrypted by service master key automatically. Agreed or not? Oh. Yes, right? So this is my encrypted data, means customer password. Okay, this customer password will be encrypted by symmetric key, and this symmetric key will be encrypted by DMK, and this DMK will be encrypted by SMK. Now we'll see the hierarchy. Okay, so just we have created the DMK, and straight away this user database master key, what we created, it got encrypted by SMK. So we just came across up to this first level. Now I have to create symmetric key. Okay, symmetric key and certificate, I have to create that. So first I have to create certificate, and since I don't have any certificates, I can create certificate within the SQL itself. Usually you will get certificates from third-party companies. Maybe I think what are those names? Verizon will supply certificates, and some other companies will supply your certificates. So they are authorized, and those are the ones you will use in real time. But since I don't have those certificates, I will create the certificate within the SQL Server itself. So it's just create certificate name with some subject. Okay, so nothing great here. But once we create the certificate, I have to create the symmetric key to encrypt my data. So for the creation of symmetric key, it is create symmetric key name. I have to use some algorithm, but you have to pass this statement. This is important. So you are encrypting your symmetric key with this certificate. Okay, now let's go back to this diagram. This is the encrypted data, customer password, and now you are creating the symmetric key. Okay, this symmetric key is encrypted by certificate, and certificate is encrypted by DMK, and DMK is encrypted by SMK. Did you get this or not? I will repeat n number of times, because if you understand this, it will be super easy. Otherwise, It is impossible for you to work on this. No questions?
This hierarchy is limited to only the that uh,
Column
before
level encryption.
2008 or
This
only
applies
column level, right?
this applies for column level encryption, I can say, and this hierarchy applies
Okay.
even for TD also, but the way it works would differ slightly. But I'm just showing you for column level encryption. Okay, so
Okay.
I have my encrypted data, and now I'm going to create the symmetric key. So before creation of symmetric key, what should I create? Certificate. So before creating the certificate, I should have my database master key. So database master key, when I ran that statement, automatically it got encrypted by SMK. So SMK, DMK, certificate, symmetric key. This is the hierarchy for column level encryption. I mean, the basic encryption technique what I'm using. There are other things there are other technologies that you can make use of, but I'm not going to deal with those scenarios. I'm showing you the basic things: SMK, DMK, certificate, symmetric key, and finally our data. That's what we are doing. So we just created the master key, and when I ran this statement, I got output showing that my DMK got encrypted by SMK. And now I'm creating the certificate. I just created that, and now I'm going to create symmetric key, which will be encrypted by this certificate. Okay, so done. Any questions here, guys? I'm asking n number of times because it's a bit complicated topic for freshers. That's the reason I'm asking you n number of times. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop me. Okay, so even now I have the sensitive information in my table. I just created the required things. DMK I have created, and I have created the certificate, and I have created the symmetric key as per this hierarchy, whatever Microsoft is saying. Okay, so I'm done with that. Now it's time to create the what should I say? So now it's time to re-encrypt my data, right? So for that, I need to add var binary column to encrypt any data. Okay, so that is the data type that we should use to encrypt the data. So I'm adding extra column. That column name is nothing but customer password, and it is of data type var binary max. Of course, these are all things is not required by you for you, but I will show you the important thing once I'm done with this. I will show you why it is important for DBA. Okay, so I'm just adding that. So if I query select star from table name 1, so this column is not having any data. It's just we added the column. That's it. Okay, and now I need to open the symmetric key to open that symmetric key, I have to decrypt with the help of certificate, because it is the hierarchy, right? Symmetric key will be encrypted with certificate. So if I want to decrypt, I have to open my symmetric key and I have to pass this statement. Again, these are all statements is not required for you. So if you want, I can explain, but I'm not going to show you now. So I need to focus on the things which is important for you as a DBA. Okay, so I'm just running this statement. I'm opening and updating the table with some functions, and then again I am closing the table. So I will show you now. Let's hide this. I don't want new hierarchy, and we are opening the symmetric key and updating the table, and then closing the symmetric key. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, now if I fire select star from table name, this is what we got. So my passwords are now being encrypted, right? As you can see, my passwords are got encrypted. And now since my passwords got encrypted, I am removing that column, which is showing you the plain passwords, plain data, not unencrypted data. So I'm dropping that. Okay, so it's done now. This is what we have. Now the real question starts for us. If I want to see this information, how can I see this? Will it be possible for us to see the encrypted information? Anyone who worked on encryption can say yes or no. For others, it's okay. I have few people. Okay. Yeah, Shankar, go ahead.
We haven't worked.
Okay. So you have this information. Of course, we will not see the encrypted information, right? We are DBS. We are there to protect the data, not to see the unwanted data. So we will never watch out for that data. But so this is how the data looks inside the table. Okay. So now if I want to read the data, if I want to read, I mean to say the developer, if the developer wants to read the data, he will open this symmetric key again with the same by decrypting with the certificate, and then he will run these commands. Okay, so just think these are all being done by developers, so nothing for you to worry for. Even if you don't understand, it's fine, but these three commands you should understand. Okay, the hierarchy is very important, so that you have to understand. Let me come back to this window, and now I am firing this. Okay, I am the developer, and I am to retrieve the unencrypted data. I have to run these commands. So I'm running this. So I got the decrypted information. If you see here, usually if I run select star from table name, it will not show me up. It will just show you that encrypted information only. It will not show you that decrypted information. If you want to see the decrypted information, you have to run these statements. Don't do this on real time, guys, but I'm just showing you. This is how developers will create the code, and they will run this code to see the information inside my encrypted data. So this is how it looks. Again, I got the required information: password, password1, and password2. That's what we created at the time, at the beginning of the session, right? Now they are able to see the data. Agreed? Any questions up to here? We didn't do anything. We just created one table. We inserted some passwords, as passwords are customer sensitive information. So we created one more column, and we encrypted the data using some functions. And now developer is just running this code to decrypt the data. That's it. Till now, we have not done anything. The only thing as a DBA, we should be familiar with only is these three steps: database master key, certificate, and symmetric key. That's it. Rest all the things, what I have done is from database, from developer end. Okay. So now it's time to run the show. Okay. So SQL2 is my primary, right? Agreed, guys? There, right?
Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So imagine you are failing over the data. I mean, something happened, unexpected failure or manual failure, whatever it is. I am running this, and I'm making SQL1 as primary. Okay. So done. Okay, you are done. So DBA activity is done. So now I am acting as developer. So I came here. Oh, I realized that, oh no, you usually will connect with listener, right? So developer don't even know whether it is SQL1 or SQL2. So you will connect with listener. Even if you connect with listener or server name, doesn't matter. So he came here. Okay, and he came here, and he is running the same script what he used to run to see the decrypted data. Okay, so this is the same script. It worked on SQL2 when it was primary. So now SQL1 is primary. So I came here, and I'm running this statement. Okay, so open symmetric key, blah blah blah, and see straight away it is showing some errors. So he will come back to you asking why it is not getting open after the failover. So what will you do in that case?
So we should grant to sufficient privileges to him.
So I am
With
sysadmin
particular-
here. I am sysadmin. So me sysadmin, I'm not able to open. Okay, I have forget about permissions for a second. Because I am the sysadmin, so I should not have this problem, right? So we just carried some failover. That's it. Okay, we didn't do anything. And I am running the same code. Developer, I mean to say, developer is running the same code of what he used to done in the past, like the same code. If you see here, I'm just running the same code, and developer is complaining to the DBA saying that he is not able to open the encrypted information. So in such case, what will you do as a DBA? That is my question. Useful or not? Now tell me.
Yes.
This is what they will come up, right? Definitely. So now you will start searching in Google. Oh, please create master key in the database, something master key. So what will you do in this case? Anyone can answer if you are aware of this, or else I will answer.
We'll
have to
create
copy the
master
service
key
master
from
key
the
from primary.
master key from the primary. Yeah.
I got overlapped. Come again.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Go ahead. See, we'll copy the master key and certificate and restore it on secondary server.
So you will copy the master key, okay, database master key, and then certificate, right?
Yeah.
Any other answers?
Only service master key is enough. Certificate, the database service master key is inside the database.
Oh, you mean to say you have to copy the service master key, not the database master key, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is one more answer. I think
Even if you create, it will not work now. It should be created before it's replicated.
so. In this scenario, leaving out Arvind and I think someone answered. Any other answers? No, right? So what will you do in this case? Definitely you will Google, and if you'll try to create. So someone said try to back up the database master key, right? Can we do that? Is it possible? So there are two things here,
Yes,
guys.
it's possible.
There are two things. First thing first, if you back up your databases, automatically your keys will also would get backed up. But if you want to back up the keys explicitly, you can do this. It's not a problem. You can back up the keys explicitly. It is possible. Okay. But now my situation is I already failed over my database, and developers are complaining to the DBS saying that they are not open. They are not able to see the encrypted data. So straight away, imagine this is some terabytes database, and very important information is there, and they have to work on that. So what will you do in such case? Straight away, what will be the best solution?
Omshi, is the secondary database is encrypted?
Obviously it will be. So if I run this statement again, where is that command? So this is on primary when SQL 2 was primary. So let me switch to SQL 1 and run this. See, I'm getting SMK. It is being encrypted by SMK automatically upon the failover. This is my problem. This will come for you also naturally, because definitely we'll have some sensitive information in our companies. And if it gets failover, this is the error what you will get. So if you want, we can back up the database master key explicitly, but as Arvind said, database master key will come to you automatically, right? Because if you see, this is my database. Inside my database, I have security. Under security, I have my keys, certificates, everything came along with the database, right? I don't need not export again it. So there is no need for us to export it again explicitly. So it is there. It's already there. So the only option is, okay, the only option is, this is only for the developer who is not aware of the password, who is not aware of the database master key password. If he is aware of the database master key password, there will not be any problem. I will show you now. Okay. Imagine this problem only arises for the developer who are not aware of the database master key password. So if I open that statement, apart from these two statements, developer has to write one more statement. That is nothing but where is that? This one. Open master key decryption by password equal to whatever the password what they made use of at the time of creation of database master key. Where is that? I think this one. So let me copy that. Okay, and let me paste it here. And now I'm running the statement. See, no errors. So if this happens for you in real time, forget about doing the rest of the things. The first question what you should ask for them is, are you aware of the database master key? If you are aware of the database master key, please supply that to your code. It's nothing but open the master key, decryption by the password what they have chosen at the time of creation of DMK. If they are not aware of the password, then that is different scenario. So this is the first scenario. Did you understand this before moving to the second scenario? Questions, please. It's okay, fine.
Yeah, fine. So it may be simple. It's a stupid question. So why the password is not replicated to the secondary server?
password would also get replicated, because if you see, I am just running the database master key, right? This is nothing but the data master key. When I'm saying master key, it is database master key. If I open here, okay, so I have this key. Where is the database master key? Symmetric. Symmetric. This is symmetric key. This is certificate. I can see from queries, but from GUI, where is that? Where can I see? You see here, I got my database master key. This is the database master key that got created. Hash MS database master key. It is there. Okay, so it's not that password didn't travel across to the secondary replica. It is there. Okay, and now I will come back. I will show you something interesting. Okay, so this guy, imagine this query window, whatever I opened, this is with session 78. Okay, this guy, session 78 knows the password, so he is able to crack the data. And I'm just opening one more session. Imagine that I am a new developer, and just a developer is opening a new SSMS window. For him, it will be the same error. Please create a master key. As long as he is not aware of the database password, DMK password, he cannot open this data. Okay, that is the biggest problem. Okay, they have to be aware of database master key to work on the sensitive information. If they are not aware, they can't do it. Okay, this problem will continue forever. If now I am failing back to SQL 2. Okay, I'm failing back to SQL 2 because when I perform this on SQL 2 without using the password, I was able to find the data, right? I was able to decrypt the data. Let me do this now. Refresh. It's secondary, and now I'm doing the failover. And just in a couple of seconds, it will get failover. Come on. Yeah, done. So now I'm back to SQL 2, which was primary at the time of creation, and I'm switching the connection to SQL 2. And see the funny thing again. Okay, and opening the database. On SQL 2, it didn't ask for password, right? If you remember. Okay, let me fire. Sorry, I think since I'll take a new session, SQL 2. Okay, so it is not happening on SQL 2. It's happening only when it gets failed over to SQL 1. So now you tell me what's the problem? What should I do? Arvind, I think you know the answer, but leaving out Arvind.
So we must we must execute the again master key.
No, I'm saying when I created the DMK, okay, SQL 2 was primary. Okay, and developer, without using the open database master key, without supplying the password, he is able to find the encrypted information happily. Okay,
Yes.
when it get failed over to the secondary node, secondary replica, without supplying the password, he is not able to
We can
open the
able to
data.
see the data.
And once he fails back, once we fail back to node 1, I mean to say SQL 2 in our case, without supplying the password, we are able to see the data. Why the
See the
problem
data,
is
yes.
arriving when we failed over the databases? When I fail over the databases, why the problem is happening? Why not on the original replica? Why?
Got it.
Yeah, that is the
Might be,
question.
so might be server SMK is not same. It is not unable to decrypt that. No.
Exactly. Now you got the right answer. So if you see here, how many of you are good with orphan users? Why I'm saying orphan users, I'll come back. So orphan users, you know, right? So every user, when I created the SQL, so login will have some SID and user will have SID. So when we restore the SQL logins to another mission, on another mission, it will be different. So I will be called as orphan user. In the similar fashion, when you are dealing with these scenarios, okay, especially with column level encryption, your SMK on node 2 and your SMK on node 1 is entirely different. Now I will show you. Okay, so I will keep this window. I'll close this, it's not required. Okay, let me switch here. Use master. Select star from sys.symmetric keys. Okay. And if I run this, this is my service master key. Pay attention to this column, key GUID. I'll copy it to here. Okay, this is the GUID on node 2. Okay, so let me switch to node 1. Is this connection on node 1? Yeah. So let me fire this, use master. And this is on SQL 1. Where is this? This one. Are they both same?
No.
Not at all, right? So as I said, this is the hierarchy what Microsoft is following. Your encrypted data, and then your symmetric key, followed by certificate, certificate followed by DMK, DMK followed by SMK. When I filed over the database, everything is same, right? Database master key will get failed over, certificate would get failed over, symmetric key automatically, and of course data, obviously it will come. The only thing that is differing here is the SMK, because SMK is at instance level, means another instance inside that instance I have master database. Within that master database, I have my SMK. Obviously, this SMK and the one where you created is different, entirely different. So that's why you are seeing two different GUIDs for service master key. Service master key. I'm talking about service master key. So to overcome this problem, what can I do? Now you know the reason. So what should I do to overcome this? When it gets failed over, developers should not pass the password. They should open only with this code without supplying the password. Then what will you do in such case?
So normally, is there any way to update the only key GUID on the secondary server? Just guessing.
Okay. Yeah, we can do. I'll show you. But any other answers? Of course, that is the answer. So I have to restore my service master key and back up the service master key and restore it onto my second replica. If I do that, then if it gets failed over, it will not be a problem. Okay.
For instance, as of now, we do not have any incidents in queue.
I think Ravi, I am muting you. Sorry. So I have to back up my service master key and I have to restore it onto my secondary server to avoid this issue altogether. This issue will happen continuously, guys. It will happen even if there are multiple replicas, and if you fail over to another replica, definitely this issue will pop up. If they are aware of the password, then no problem. It's okay, fine. But if they are not aware of the password, then comes the problem. Okay. So did you get the problem first before me explaining about the solution?
But if you want to move the backup and move that service master key, you said that we can have only one service master key per server.
Yes.
Or we can have multiple.
No,
Then
it's not possible to have multiple SMKs. We can have only one SMK, but we can restore service master keys from another instance. Okay. And so the best approach, I'm giving you the best approach, guys. If you are aware of that, the problem, I mean, that's the problem what I'm showing. So if as part of best practices, I'm telling you openly, as part of my best practices, if I'm aware that I'm going to create always on availability groups for these replicas, what I will do from my end is I will take the service master key backup and I will restore it onto all other secondary replicas. That will be my first step. Upon completion of my installation, SQL installation, I will take the backup of my SM key and I will restore it onto all my secondary replicas so that all these issues can be avoided altogether. Okay, if I don't do that, it's okay, fine, it will work, but provided if they supply the password. If they don't supply the password, it will not work. That is the story behind this error. Got it? Any questions? Hello, there, not?
So before configuring AOG, so we are not sure. No, later this requirement came. In between also we can set the same.
We can do this even now. If I back my service master key, if I restore, this problem will not appear. But I am not doing that because I want to show you a few more examples. So I'm not doing, but I'm just showing you the solution. You can do even now. It's possible. Okay.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Now the second case. Okay. So the same situation. I'm not adding it to always on. It's imagine SQL 1. I have created one database and you got a requirement and you have to restore it onto SQL 2. Okay, so let's see this in action. new database. This is different scenario, guys. I'm talking about migration scenario. Treat this as a migration scenario. Okay, I am creating one database. Let's name this as India. Inside India, I'm doing the same thing. Why it is not coming? SQL2. I'm on SQL2. Connection to SQL1. Very, very important. Okay, so I'm inside my user database India, and I'm creating the same example. Okay, same thing. Then I will create the. So I'm creating this inside India now. Okay. Quickly India. So upon running this statement, just watch out for this query, guys. See, automatically after my first user database, even India now is appearing, is showing that this DMK is being encrypted by SMK automatically. This happens naturally. You need not do anything. Okay, now I'm creating the same certificate and symmetric key, and I'm altering the table, and then I am updating the column. 1 second. So let me refresh this. India, and open and updating the sensitive information and closing. And this is how it looks now. Okay. And now I'm dropping that column. Okay. So I'm done. So this is how it looks. Okay. Now this is a migration scenario. It's just a standalone database. And now you have to restore this database onto a new instance. Treat this as some 2012 or 2014, and treat this as higher version 2019 or 2022, whatever it is. So I will now back this up and let me restore that and see what happens. Okay, so backup database, what is that? India, right? India to disk equal to, I think I equal, I have something, backups 10 India dot BAK. Oh, I don't have. Think I added some drive. E drive backups 10. Okay, I will move this to F colon then. F colon backups. Okay, so now it is done. Now it's time for DBS. Okay, so I need to restore this backup, this database backup onto SQL2. This is just a standalone database. So I got a requirement migration. So I'm migrating this database from SQL1 to SQL2. So let me copy this. DGA SQL2 F colon. Copy entire thing. It's okay, it will not take much time. Okay, done. So now it's time for normal DBA. So he comes in and he will try to restore the database and see what happens. Will I get any error or it will work as expected?
We will get thumbprint error.
Let's see that. India, okay, files, okay, file options, recovery, okay, I'm going, no errors, okay. So don't get confused. That's why I'm taking this class. So I got the database onto Node 2. Okay, and now you are saying to developers that I migrated the database, everything is successful, you can cross check. You fixed the orphan users, blah, 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 everything is done. So now developer is now coming in and he is trying to run the same statement, this time on India on Node 2. Okay, new query is coming in and he is doing this, and again he got the same error, right? Now developers doesn't know the password and you are not aware of the password. What will you do in this case? That is my question. Next question. Open to all.
Can we drop the master key?
No, I don't want to drop any keys because I have some sensitive information. I cannot do that. Okay. So this is my
Okay.
scenario. Unfortunately, developers lost the password and we didn't store the password anywhere. And what will you do in this scenario? What can I do? Just a normal scenario, right? It's a daily scenario, daily based scenario where we'll have some information, we'll just restore, and they don't know the password and we don't know the password and we are stuck. What can we do in this case?
You can drop the master key and recreate it freshly.
Drop the master key and recreate it freshly. That is one solution, but I don't want to drop any keys. It should be as is.
Oh, we need to take the backup and we need to restore with different name and we need to
Is
drop
it
the master. And,
Okay,
or else we have to change the password, master key password?
okay, let's do that. Let's do one by one. So first solution is someone is saying, let's alter the password, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll keep one more session to open and I'll paste this. Okay, inside this session, you're asking me to change the password. So what will be the command? Password, to change the password of database master key. Okay, alter database master key. Of course, it is master key. They call it as master key. So what are the options? What I have? Alter master key, and alter option is regenerate option or encryption option. So I have to go with regenerate option. So alter master key, regenerate with encryption by password equal to new password. That is what I can do. Agreed or anything else? Any questions? This is the command that I should use. Alter master key, regenerate. I'm regenerating with a new password. Okay, let's do this. I will use the same password. Alter master key, regenerate with encryption by password equal to blah 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 blah. On SQL2, I mean on India database. Okay, I'm doing this. And this is what I'm getting. I'm trying to alter the password, but it is not allowing me to do. Next step. Come on. These are all real-time errors, guys. What can I do? Next option. So it is saying use the force option. Can I try that?
Yeah, you can try it once.
The force option is there, but before trying that option, so is there any other options that you want me to try? So they are saying force option can be used, but it should be used as a last resort. So if I don't have any other options, so they are saying force option can be used to ignore this error and continue the operation, but the data encrypted by the old master key will be lost. It's just like dropping the master key, right? If I use force, it's nothing but it's just like dropping the master key. As I said at the beginning, I don't want to drop the key or I don't want to use force. Right? So this is our problem, usual problems that comes in real time. We don't know the password. Yeah.
We don't have anyhow. We don't know the password. So why can't we use the force option? Is there any? It may cause any problems in the source. I mean, the source server.
It will not cause any problems on the source because you are backing that up on source and restoring here, right? So you are not going to do anything on source. We are just doing this on destination, obviously.
Okay. So
okay, let's do it with force. But is there any other option that I can try? You can think of. Arvind, you want to try?
Take backup of service master key and restore it here.
No,
The primary server is available.
That is there. Apart from that solution, I don't know the password. Yeah.
Regenerate the service master key.
regenerate the, I don't want to do any such action. So it should be short and sweet, and it should not break up any databases, or whatever it is, whatever the encryption what I have, I should not disturb anything, but still I should be able to resolve the scenario what I raised. Any other techniques that you are aware?
I didn't follow full, but can you please? It will be like again you need to explain.
No, it's very
From
simple.
scratch.
I
What is the
created
issue actually?
the first issue, we added the database to always on. When it get failed over, we need to supply the password. If I don't know the password, it doesn't work. As you said, I have to restore my SMK. That is one thing. Okay. In the second scenario, I just created one database by name India, and I am now migrating this database to another instance. Okay. So I did the migration, no errors. It went fine. And now I am trying to open the information, encrypted information. I don't know the password. Even developers don't know the password. DBS don't know the password. In such case, what can we do? That is the question. Leaving out the SMK option.
Okay.
Any other
Not
things?
aware.
Yeah.
Not aware, Vamsi.
Okay. So we can do one thing, guys. So if you are not aware of the password, okay, you can generate one more password for DMKs. You can generate n number. You can create n number of passwords for DMK, not for SMK. For DMK, you can do that. I'm repeating my statement. You don't know the password. Okay. You don't know the password, but still you can create multiple passwords for your DMK. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just highlighting this. If you don't know the valid password for your DMK, database master key, you can create a new one. Remember that multiple passwords can encrypt the DMK. It's not just one password that can encrypt the DMK. I can encrypt my database master key with multiple passwords. It is possible. Okay, it is possible. But still, since we have already restored the database, it always looks for the same password. If you supply any other password, it won't work. So now what I am saying is only applicable at the time of before restoration. Before restoration, if you don't know the password for your DMK, you can just create one more password. Okay, and you can supply the same password here. It will not break any. And I don't need to create SMKs, or I don't need to use any force option. Nothing like that. Just create one more password. Okay, and then migrate this, and you will be able to switch your data happily. You will not get any errors. I will show you now as a next step, but just give me 1 second or maybe 10 seconds. Okay, I'm back. So India database, I don't know, right? So in that case, what can I do? I can create one more password. So how to create one more password? By using this statement. Where is that? Alter. Yeah, alter master key encryption by password. I know I'm not copying the right command, but I will change that. So I should be on node 1 inside my India database. This is my source database that I'm going to restore onto my destination. Alter master key encryption by password equal to some new password. I'm supplying this password now. I think the statement is not right. Alter master key. This is the one. Add encryption by password. Okay, so this is what I am creating as a DBA. I am creating. I don't know the password for DMK on the source, and developers, they don't even know what is the password for DMK. So I am creating one more password for my DMK. So I am creating this. Okay, and now if I take the backup, let me take one backup. Where is that backup command? Yeah, Let's give this as backup 2, India 2, and now copy that backup, India 2, and now come here and restore. I'm closing these connections because it will not allow me to restore. So I'm just closing this. I'm on SQL 2. I have to restore on India. Backups are in F drive. India 2 backup, rewrite, overwrite, tail log, no, close the existing connections if any, and restore. Done. Okay. So now since you have created the password, so if developer comes in and he's trying to run this statement, where is this? This one on the target server. Okay, and so straight away it will say please create master key. Since you created this password with the new password, supply this password. Okay, now you can say, you can ask him to run this statement. You can ask him to run open master key with the password what you have created before the before you taking the backup. So supply this password to him, to the developer, and ask him to run, and that's it. We are done. So the concept here is we can create multiple passwords for database master key. That is what you should understand here. That is the important factor. You can encrypt your database master key with multiple passwords. Even if you are not aware of the password, you can do this happily.
Vamsi,
Yeah.
Previously we have used one more alter command, right? Regenerate some command alter.
Regenerate. I didn't run that, but it failed, right?
That is failed. What is the difference between both of the alter commands?
Which one? This one and
Yeah, this one is working. And previously you used the regenerate script is there alter command.
yeah, I'm checking that where I ran that. Regenerate, it will not see. First of all, you have to open the master key on your target server. Okay, without opening the master key, it will not allow you to do anything. You can use force. I am okay with the force, but it should be used as a last resort. Why should I use force when I know the techniques to resolve this error, right? If you are not aware of the techniques, yes, force is the last option for you. But if you are aware of the simple techniques, very simple, just create one more password for your DMK and just apply that password to the developer. That's enough. You need not worry about anything else, right?
Okay.
Any questions, guys? Clear or unclear or bad?
It might be it's a very silly question, I think. So if you see, if the same backup file someone has stolen and trying to encrypt this, the data that will be encrypted, right?
See, till now we didn't explore about TDE. I didn't
Okay.
carry out TDE. It's just column level encryption.
Column level encryption. Okay.
TDE is one more different scenario. I will show you later in tomorrow's class. This is
got it.
just
Column level encryption. They can decrypt. They can decrypt even though they have backup file.
Yeah, they can restore, because someone when I post this question, like, can I restore the database if I have this kind of column level encryption? Someone told me thumbprint error, I will get something, but I will not get those errors. It's just column level encryption what I have. Those thumbprint and errors I will not get in this case. I will get that only if I perform TDE. If I create TDE, then I will get those errors. I didn't perform any TD, so I will run this command also just to be on a safer side. So I am on SQL 2, right? So select star from sys.databases where is encrypted equal to 1, means for TD. I don't have any TD enabled databases. Okay, this is
understood.
Yeah. Any questions, guys? I'm winding off. So tomorrow I will show you TD, because if I club them, it will be difficult for you to digest.
I have one question.
Yes.
Instead we are going with the column level encryption. We can go for masking, right?
Masking is not the right approach. I mean to say, yes, you can use mask, that is, but that is there only from 2016. First thing first, masking is introduced from 2016. And second thing, it relies with permissions. Okay, it relies with permissions. So here, in my case, even though I am DBA, I am not able to open the encrypted data, right? I need to be aware of the password to open that up. But in masking, if I am the DBA, I can straight away unmask it, because sysadmin do have the permissions to see the data in case of masking.
Yes, I missed that.
Yeah, so
Thank
that is different. Yeah, no problem. It's a good question. Any other questions? Tomorrow I will I will create TDE databases and I will show you. Then finally I will club both TDE and column level encryption and see how that works. Of course, in real time, I don't know. You might get these scenarios, right? So I'm just showing you how you can handle this very simply. And last but not least, to avoid all these errors, I can restore my SMK, but that SMK I will restore only provided if I am on always on, not in the migration scenario. Imagine on SQL 2, I have so many databases. Some are TD and some are having some column level encryption. And to resolve this error, only for one database, what I have on the source, should I copy the SMK from here to here? I don't do that, right? Definitely, I will not do that. So my approach will, in such case, is just create one more password for DMK and migrate this and supply that password. That will be my solution. But this SMK scenarios, what we are discussing, I will do this restore of SMK provided only if we are on always on. Means there are no databases on my SQL 2. It's only the read-only copies what we have from the primaries. In such case, I will do that restoration of SMK. I will show you tomorrow. If I do that, I will not get any of these errors. And tomorrow I will include SSAS DB also, and I will show you what happens if there is any package and what if that package gets failed over from one node to another node. That will be one more interesting scenario. So I will drive this what is that, SSAS DB and TD tomorrow. So it will be helpful for you in real time. Okay, I am closing this off. Yeah, any questions? If you have, you can catch me on WhatsApp.
Okay. Please share the document what you used here. We'll
Yeah,
try.
Yeah, that will be better. We can go
Practice.
through it.
Yes. I randomly wrote to myself, but I will give it. I will share, no problem.
Yeah, this information enough.
So it is in the chat, right? Let's say a second. I think this is the one. Documents. What is the name? Notes on SMK DMK. Okay. Done. So I'm stopping, and I'll catch you tomorrow with SSS DB and TDE as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
attending.
Thank you.